23-20. Okay, for $1 trillion,
Yeah.
I played in the U.S. Championship in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Okay, terrible. I did.
Okay.
And they also had the U.S. Women's Championship at the same, everything's the same place. In those events, what's the most famous thing that happened at that particular event? Something well-known happened.
What year was it?
Ooh. It was either 2007 or 8. I'm going to say 8. I think it was 2008.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's where Krush lost in a playoff to Satonsky for the women's.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end of the game, when her time ran out, she said, "Oh, come on," and threw the king off the board. Then she left and jumped into the pool with all her clothes on.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think Hikaru was there.
She had a bit of a moment.
Was Hikaru there? I don't remember Hikaru being there. Okay, so this happened.
Mm-hmm.
They had a rule: you can't agree to a draw before 30 moves unless there's a really good reason. I don't know what that means, but okay. So round 1, Fedorowicz is playing Schulman. Schulman offers Fedorowicz a draw like on move 16. Fedorowicz goes to the arbiter, the guys who organized the tournament. They're twin brothers. They're rich bankers, and he says, "My opponent offered me a draw, and I want to take it because I have a better position, but he's a better player than I am." And they were like, "Okay, that's a good reason."
Really?
Yeah. So they agreed to a draw. He's like, "He's better than me, and I have a better position." That was his reason. He's like, "That's my reason." Caffeine Jones subscribed. That's a true story. I'm not making that up. Then in the last round, this happened. Schulman needed a draw for clear first. He's playing Josh Friedel, who needs a draw for his last GM norm. So they're going to draw. Mm-hmm. And then the organizer's like, "Yeah, you guys can draw whenever you." They play like 9 moves and drew. Like that's a good reason. Like that was a really good reason. They both had good reasons to
draw.
So
you had to have a good reason.
That was a good reason. Yeah. That was the tournament where Akobian had Tigran Petrosian, the guy later accused of cheating, way later, as his second. Mm-hmm. I'd never seen him before, knew who he was. And he was looking at somebody's game, and I was looking at my game with VAR. And he turned around at some point and said, like, "You should go here." And I said, "I don't know who that guy is, but he's better than me." And he was. I knew he was better than me, just for the one thing that he said, the way he said it too. "You should go here." I'm like, "Who is that guy? He's better than me."
Hey, Caffeine Jones, how's it going?
And still about 20% of tournament players, when you talk about Tigran Petrosian, the guy who plays chess now, who's a cheater, think that it's Petrosian, the world champion, who died in 1984, 85.
Right. They don't know there's 2 Tigrans.
They're like, Tigran Petrosian, he's still playing chess, but he cheated. I'm like, the guy you're talking about died 40 years ago. Like, what? There's also Arshak Petrosian. By the way, our YouTube editor put 3 Petrosians on when I had this discussion before. Oh. And on the thumbnail, she put 3 different pictures of different Petrosians.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Arshak Petrosian, who, as you know, is Peter Lako's father-in-law.
Wasn't one of the Petrosians named after the other one?
Yeah, the one now is named after, right. He's named after the world champion. Then there's Arshak Petrosian, yeah. Who's Peter Lako's father-in-law. Then there's Manuel Petrosian, who I've never seen, but he's a GM. So
a lot of Petrosians.
There's a world champion Petrosian? Yeah, from 1963 to 1969. Now, for $2 trillion...
No, they're not... But he was named after him.
Right. He's not Petrosian's son.
But they just liked chess.
A lot of Petrosian. Okay, Petrosian won 2 world championship matches. The world champion.
Yeah.
Whom did he beat? Name either one of them or both of them.
Darn. What year was he champion?
He won in 63, he won in 66, and he lost in 69.
And you're asking me
who did he beat to become world champion? He won 2 matches and became world champion. Who did he beat?
I don't know.
Botvinnik in 63.
Yeah.
Then in 66, he beat Spassky.
I was going to say
And then,
Spassky.
and then in
I
69, he lost to Spassky.
I started thinking, oh, maybe I got confused in Spassky.
Yeah.
But he had to
Smith's
been
lost
later,
before.
because Fisher. So
Now, Botvinnik was world champion several times. And when he was world champion, he never won a match. When the other guy was world champion and he played the rematch, that guy never won. So the world champion never won a match. Never. Botvinnik never won one when he was world champion.
yeah.
And then when he would lose the match and get a rematch, he'd always win. So whoever was the world champion never defended their title. The first person who did was Petrosian. He beat Botvinnik, then he beat Spassky. So he won 2 matches in a row. Then Spassky beat him, and that was the end of him. Was the summer of 69. That's right.
I know Caffeine Jones. That is pretty unusual that the younger cheating Petrosian would grow up to be good enough to be, a grandmaster.
Well, I mean, he's Armenian, so they're all grandmasters. That's the way it goes.